Today's horoscope, Gemini October 30th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. It can be satisfying to dedicate yourself to a project or relationship, and you can find yourself putting a lot of energy into these things. Creative pursuits and time alone spent on expressive or leisure activities can be healing, magical, and rewarding today and tomorrow. Instant gratification is unlikely to come today as minor challenging aspects block things up. You could discover that what you had planned is too expensive or otherwise not feasible, for example. Delays now can be about a rule, superior, or concern about your reputation. Try your best not to push yourself, projects, or others today and resolve to fix problem areas or work on things that need a little extra attention. Focusing on what's working in your life instead of what you don't have is the key to peace and enjoyment now. One of the best things about you is that if you're ever feeling threatened, you will find a way to sidestep the conflict. On the other hand, though, you can think a little drama is just fun and games. Mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet of the mind and communication and your planetary ruler, will cross swords across the sky with a significantly dominating electric Uranus in the heavens. This ensures a tremendous amount of anxiety and nervous tension that may echo throughout your entire day. Please do your best not to take this out on your lover, as they'll be triggered by other aspects of their life as well. Is there something worth revisiting? Reflect on your old passions when the moon enters Libra and conjuncts the south node in Libra and opposes the north node in Aries. You may feel called to revisit an old project, idea, or pitch. The fateful cosmic energy will encourage you to reconsider something you already worked on. It might be time to rework this creative endeavor. Polish it up, refine your process, and see what you can do differently. Breathing new life into old passion projects might lead to greater professional success. You should be getting a break with the planetary alignment today. It's time to focus on yourself and pamper yourself. Get yourself organized around what is good for you. Good food, good company, and yes, exercise. It's important to let your body express its raw energy rather than allowing that energy to stay bottled up and eventually be converted into mental energy. Use this aspect to begin a phase of physical purification. You're going to be in this body your whole life. Organized and pragmatic, you tend to refuse any opportunity to dream. You are currently trying to wrap up some big files and are neglecting your friends and family. You hate having to use your imagination and only savor moments that you entirely master. This should evolve rapidly, and the current vibrations will be strongly encouraging this. In terms of health, you should change the way you eat and get a little bit more exercise. While the moon's departure from your communication sector 2 days ago wrapped up its only visit while Venus is in your relationship sector, as the planet of love moves into her final 2 weeks, it is with a sense that this was just the warm-up. With Mercury, the planet of communication, returning to your communication sector over the weekend and Mars to your communication sector a day later, the support the moon brought when it came to getting the communication lines open on the relationship front was just a small taste of things to come. While the moon's return to your romantic sector today means that over the next few days, these romantically charged lunar vibes will have to compete with what can be the busiest part of any week. This is the ideal time to test your resolve against real-world conditions. With the asteroid Juno, the Queen of Commitment's departure over the weekend due to end all planetary activity on the romantic front for the year, this is a chance to test your resolve to make matters of the heart a priority. Daily Planetary Overview. Today's cosmic energy encourages us all to reflect, pause, and be mindful of our patterns. With the moon in balanced Libra aligning with the south node of karma and opposing the north node of fate, you may feel a tug to revisit some old habits or comfort zones. It's as if the universe is testing your growth, nudging you to see if you'll take the familiar path or choose a fresh, empowering direction instead. Sometimes, situations or even certain people bring out responses we'd rather leave in the past. Today, try to pause before reacting and ask yourself, is there a new way to approach this? Breaking free from old patterns isn't easy, but every step you take strengthens the path to a brighter, more fulfilled you. You might even feel an extra surge of dynamic energy today, a kind of inner fire that makes even challenging tasks seem a little more manageable. Think of it as a hidden source of motivation that's pushing you to face responsibilities and long-term goals with a fresh sense of purpose and clarity. Have you ever tackled a big project or taken on a challenge with so much excitement that it felt nearly effortless? But then, halfway through, you realized it required a bit more stamina than anticipated? Today is a lot like that, a day to harness that excitement, but also to pace yourself. Approach each task with a sense of balance, keeping your feet on the ground while letting your inspiration guide you. By taking things one step at a time, you'll make the most of this incredible energy without feeling scattered or overwhelmed. In your personal relationships, this energy offers a lovely opportunity to connect more deeply with those you care about. If you're in a relationship, take the time to nurture your bond. Perhaps there are some unresolved issues you both haven't addressed, or maybe you've been meaning to share your dreams, concerns, or goals for the future. Imagine today as a safe space for open, heartfelt conversation, one that can bring you closer and strengthen your connection. Sometimes, simply sharing how we feel, without judgment or expectation, is all it takes to turn a moment into a memory. If you're single, the stars are aligned to bring a bit of luck and love your way. This is a wonderful time to put yourself out there and meet new people. You might feel especially charming and confident, and others will likely notice your warm, authentic energy. Whether it's reaching out to someone you've had your eye on, joining a social gathering, or simply smiling at someone new, let today's energy inspire you to open your heart a little wider. After all, love often finds us when we're being our truest selves. There's also a gentle reminder to be mindful of balance today, especially with this surge of confidence and drive. When we feel particularly empowered, it's easy to say yes to everything, to push ourselves a bit too far, or even overcommit. Think back to a time when you were full of excitement and dove into multiple projects or activities at once. It felt amazing at first, but maybe it left you feeling overextended. Let today be about pacing yourself. Savor the energy, but also take those moments to pause, breathe, and check in with your own needs. Financially, today's energy is also supportive, especially if you're considering new opportunities or negotiations. You're likely to find yourself in a confident, self-assured mindset, which can give you a unique edge in discussions around money, investments, or long-term planning. Think of this as a great moment to plant seeds for future abundance, whether that means negotiating something new, making a savvy purchase, or simply setting goals for the future. Trust your instincts here and remember that today's decisions can positively impact your future in ways you might not even see yet. Lastly, take some time for self-care and physical well-being. With both mind and body aligned, this is an ideal day to get active, try something new, or simply enjoy moving in a way that feels good. But remember, with all this energy, it can be tempting to push yourself to the limit. Listen to your body, stay aware of your limits, and make choices that feel nurturing and sustainable. Building healthy habits is a journey, so embrace each small step forward. Let us know in the comments, how are you planning to make the most of today's energy? Whether it's stepping out of your comfort zone, having a meaningful talk, or making strides in your goals, we'd love to hear how this cosmic moment is inspiring you. Here's to a day of balance, connection, and intentional growth.